I'm an extrovert, so quarantine was brutal. I have 3 kids of my own, and I'm a teacher because I like kids. I enjoy being around them. They're hilarious. They keep you young and insightful. But so I didn't enjoy not being able to interact with the kiddos, and teaching them. And so I was very excited when they said we're coming back to school. It's been bittersweet though when we got here because not everybody's here, because some kids, for obvious reasons, have chosen not to come back and do the virtual platform. Or then they will come back and we will get rolling on something, because we do production in my class. Like, we're responsible for a weekly show, a monthly show, so we'll be rolling on a project and boom, one will be gone. So because they're having to quarantine, or they've been, in contact with somebody who tested positive. So that's been like, but, to me, it's better than not being with them at all. So like, if we can all be here and we have to social distance and we have to wear the masks and we have to do things a little bit differently, it's a small price to pay, because I really feel like in the spring it was pretty sad. That was sad.
As far as in the classroom, we had to try to do a lab. That's been difficult because we only have a certain number of goggles and aprons, and I had to make sure those are sterilized or cleaned before the next group of kids. So it's constantly having to wash and everything down, and so that takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
Trying to keep the kids separated, so they're not. My largest class is 26 students, and I've got them every other desk. So not only they're in the classroom, but I'm having to set them over in a lab area. So just trying to give them some distance between each other. Still having to making them wear their mask. But so that's been just trying to keep them separated, then also having to do the lab work where they can't be separated too much, but keeping everything clean at the same time.
Yeah, having to rethink things that you have done in the past. That you have to find a new way, like calculators. I mean, we aren't using handheld calculators because of this, having to clean after every class. I mean, that would be terrible. You couldn't you'd spend your whole day cleaning up after people. So we're just not using those. So, having to find something that we can get on the internet or on our phones that's compatible, for the kids, so that we don't have to clean and sanitize different devices.
Most of our kids that are here are kids that, they've chosen to be here, so they want to be at school and they want to learn. So that's probably, overall, it's been a really great experience with the kids. The challenge has been so far, from what I see a lot with myself and with other teachers, has just been getting used to new technology. Everything kind of has changed. We say a lot that we feel like a first-year teacher starting all over again. And it's a lot like that. We feel like, we've got 12-hour days on the regular, and it's just because of the learning curve with the technology, getting comfortable with it on our end, and then being able to teach that to our students and to their parents, because we have, our at-home virtual kids that they're getting assistance from parents, so we're getting a lot of questions from parents as well.
But for the majority of high school teachers and high school core teachers, so teachers that are teaching those subjects like English or math, right, their workload has pretty much doubled. And I think the biggest issue that we're finding is trying to find a good, trying to find hours in a day that really aren't there.
The maintaining the social distance is difficult when you have kids that are struggling with a drawing problem, typically, or a painting problem. I would be like right down with them painting. And I just got back from my primary care physician yesterday who said, do not do that. Do not do that. So that's hard for me, because what you want to do is be right down there painting and drawing with them. So it's changing. It's gonna this year's just going to be different. I think it's going to be more about providing art experiences as opposed to introducing large new skills that they would need a lot of help with. If you can't, because if you can't get down there and work with them, then the expectations have to be different. And
I think the only thing that has kind of surprised me is that some of my kids are working so hard that are virtual. Because they're not used to that. I mean, they're used to being in a class setting, and so to see those kids succeed without them being right in front of me that's kind of been nice to see.
We just can't socially distance as well as I would like to. So our students have to wear their mask all day long, all 8 hours, or however long we're here, 6.5, 8 that we're here. So, it gets hard by the end of the day to keep that thing on, but they do it, and they haven't complained really very much.
Dave, as superintendent, I know how overworked and stressed they are. I mean, I can feel it, and plus, I mean, I hear it every day. My wife teaches here, so anyway. but and I would hope that they know that we hear them and care for them as a staff. And so last week, the admin, we all 4 got together and started trying to brainstorm of how can we help. And so there's a lot of problems. It seems like when we try to address one problem, it opens up other problems. And so each principal went back to their staff and said, hey, let's talk about this. What's your ideas? How can we help you? And so we're kind of funneling through those lists. And we met Friday, for a couple of hours, trying to work through things to help them out. Not only them, but the students,
I mean, last year I worked Monday through Friday and then came Sunday for the whole day, and I decided that this year Saturday and Sunday are my time with my family. And so Friday nights are my night. I was here till 11 o'clock last Friday night working, but I did that so that Saturday and Sunday can be me and my family. And I have 4 kids. I have 2 little kids and I have 1 in college, 1 in high school, and then 1 in preschool and a baby. So I'm pretty full, but I mean, teaching is my passion. I don't think I ever want to do anything else. And so quitting my job to do something else isn't even an option that I have, because this is where I want to be. I just got to figure out how to make it easy and how to make it time efficient. And so, I mean, that takes time to figure out how to do it.